Here's more wrestling news for November 19th, 2025. Your headlines for this afternoon include Tony Khan claims WWE TNA partnership was designed to hurt AEW. Did Andrade purposefully hide a non-compete clause? Tony Khan speaks out and reveals status. Major health update on Chad Gable, future of his wrestling status. John Cena responds to Zack Ryder's comeback in WWE. Zack Ryder tops WWE merchandise sales after SmackDown comeback. Tony Khan responds to WWE image of Rhodes, Cargill, Punk, and Saints. Nick Hogan spotted training with NWA's Bryan Idol, full-time wrestling on the table, and more. Tony Khan isn't losing sleep over the WWE TNA partnership, but he's also not pretending it isn't strategic. During his appearance on the Ariel Helwani show, Khan was asked about Matt Hardy's recent claim that the WWE TNA alliance was designed to push back against AEW. Instead of dismissing the idea, Khan leaned into it and even praised Hardy for being honest. I don't think it was malicious at all. I do agree with it. I think it's probably true, and the fact that Matt said it is honestly really cool. Khan explained that the partnership makes perfect sense when viewed through the lens of wrestling history. He further explained that WWE has a track record of reaching out to other promotions whenever there's a legitimate contender in the picture, something Khan believes only reinforces AEW's position as a real threat. I think it's an interesting collaboration, and I think Matt hit the nail on the head that it makes sense. AEW is a very strong challenger brand, and it's not that unusual. I absolutely take it as a compliment. So when there's a strong challenger brand, it's not unusual to see the WWF collaborate with another company. I don't take it personally at all, it makes sense looking at the wrestling playbook. Rather than viewing the WWE TNA partnership as a blow to AEW, Khan is framing it as a badge of honor, a sign that his company has shaken up the industry enough to force WWE to shift strategy. Whether WWE's move is a calculated business decision or simply a modern twist on an old-school playbook, one thing is clear: AEW's presence has become impossible to ignore. Do you think WWE partnered with TNA as a response to AEW's rise? Share your thoughts and feedback in the comments below. Andrade El Idolo's post-WWE situation continues to get more complicated, and now Tony Khan is subtly pointing to what may have been a major miscommunication that left AEW exposed. In a recent interview with Ariel Helwani, Khan explained that he brought Andrade back to AEW for a one-night appearance after being told the former WWE star was a free agent. Now it appears that may not have been accurate. Behind the scenes, WWE allegedly issued a legal warning to AEW, citing a non-compete clause that may extend worldwide, not just the United States. While Tony Khan remained respectful throughout the interview, he made it clear that Andrade personally told him he was free to return. When Helwani pressed him on whether Andrade had misrepresented his contract status, Khan didn't dismiss the possibility. Instead, he chose his words carefully and hinted that the matter isn't closed. I can't speak to that, but and it's the first time I've said that to you, but I do appreciate that. It's an interesting situation that I'm going to keep an eye on. As the situation unfolds, it's becoming increasingly clear that Andrade's next move won't be as straightforward as anyone expected. During the same interview, Tony Khan was asked about Chris Jericho's status in AEW. Khan made it clear that he cares about Jericho both personally and professionally, noting that he recently reached out to wish him a happy birthday. While he couldn't confirm when or if Jericho will return to television, he emphasized that Jericho is still part of AEW and the door remains open. I love Chris both personally and professionally. I recently reached out to him to wish him a happy birthday. I'm very excited about everything he's done in AEW, and he continues to be a part of us. Is he going to be back? I can't speak to that, but I love having Chris in AEW, and the door is always open for him. When addressing Jericho's current absence, Khan explained that it mostly comes down to scheduling and figuring out dates that make sense for both sides. He chose not to comment on Jericho's contract details, but did express hope that they can bring him back soon. Khan added that a star at Jericho's level works under a set number of agreed-upon dates each year, and he praised Jericho for always being fully committed whenever he is there. Jericho's future in AEW may still be unclear, but one thing is certain: Tony Khan views him as a valuable part of the company, and AEW is ready to welcome him back the moment the timing is right. What comes next for Jericho remains to be seen. Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. Chad Gable may be inching closer to a WWE comeback. After spending months on the sidelines recovering from shoulder surgery, a new update suggests the Olympic standout is finally preparing to step back into the ring. According to a PW Insider report published on November 18th, Gable is expected to be at the WWE Performance Center this week to begin working toward an in-ring return. Gable was last seen on WWE Raw in June during a brutal on-screen assault by Penta, who locked in his signature arm breaker as part of a storyline exit. While the segment played out on television, it was actually WWE's way of covering for a legitimate shoulder injury that required immediate surgery. Gable went under the knife on July 1st. Before the injury, Gable, performing under the masked gimmick of El Grande Americano, was on track for a SummerSlam clash with Penta in a planned mask versus mask match. The June 23rd episode of Raw was originally designed to close out that rivalry. Once surgery became necessary, the attack was repurposed as an injury write-off instead. It's now been more than 4 months since Gable's operation. While early projections placed his return somewhere around December 2025, WWE has not announced anything official. A comeback in early 2026 remains a strong possibility, depending on his rehab progress and where he fits within WWE's creative plans once he's cleared. Are you hoping Chad Gable returns under the mask as El Grande Americano, or should he come back with a fresh direction entirely? Share your thoughts in the comments. Matt Cardona's unexpected return to WWE under the Zack Ryder name caught just about everyone off guard, but one person who absolutely loved it was John Cena. During his appearance on the WWE Raw recap, Cena candidly spoke about seeing Cardona back in a WWE ring for the first time since 2020. Having shared years of locker room space with him, the moment felt personal. I was very glad to see Zack Ryder come back. Matt is a personal friend of mine. I can speak candidly like that, and I've seen his mind grow. Cardona has spent the last several years reinventing himself on the independent scene, becoming one of the most talked about names outside of WWE. He captured titles in GCW, TNA, and even won the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship, all while building a reputation as a relentless worker and self-made success story. Cena praised that growth, noting how much Cardona has evolved both personally and professionally. You want to talk about always being curious and the quest for growth? The Zack Ryder I knew from a long time ago has accrued so much sports entertainment wisdom, Cena said. It's amazing when we have interactions. He tells me about his journey and be like, this is what you were trying to talk about before, and I wasn't ready to understand it. Cena also extended respect to Chelsea Green, crediting both her and Cardona for their shared passion to maximize every opportunity. I like rooting for people who are humble enough to admit when they're wrong and always want to grow and are doing things for the greater good of the business, he added. Matt is certainly one of those guys. His wife Chelsea is one of those folks who take an opportunity and get the absolute best out of it. I was really happy to see Zack Ryder back. Though Cardona has not signed a full-time WWE contract, his new merchandise deal and the revival of the Zack Ryder character mark a meaningful full-circle moment after a career-defining run outside the company. And speaking of merchandise, the 3 new Zack Ryder shirts are now the top-selling items on WWE's shop, a fact Cardona himself confirmed on X. With momentum behind him and both WWE and fans reacting strongly to his return, the question now becomes, what comes next? Do you want to see Zack Ryder return to WWE full-time, or should Matt Cardona continue thriving as a free agent across multiple promotions? Share your thoughts in the comments below. WWE sparked plenty of conversation this week after showcasing a backstage promo featuring 4 of their top champions, all former AEW stars. Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Jade Cargill, and Ricky Saints posed together with their WWE title belts, creating a moment that many fans saw as a quiet message aimed at their former company. Sometimes the grass really is greener. Tony Khan has now addressed the photo publicly for the first time, and instead of firing back or taking offense, he took a reflective, almost nostalgic stance. Speaking with Ariel Helwani, Khan said the picture reminded him of a key moment in AEW's early history. It did make me smile because it reminded me of Double or Nothing 2020, the first pandemic pay-per-view. We put on this great pay-per-view and Cody won the TNT title, and Mox retained the AEW World title versus the late great Mr. Brody Lee, may he rest in peace. And I remember the photo that Cody and Mox took, and in that moment, I think I took it on my phone. When asked whether he took the new WWE Champion photo as a personal shot, Khan brushed off any suggestion of bitterness. I have relationships with all 4 of them, and they're very different. I could talk for 2 hours about each of the 4 of them and why I like them and why I thought they were great in AEW. But to be completely honest with you, it just made me think of Double or Nothing 2020 and being there in Jacksonville and taking that photo on my phone and remembering that night and thinking, man, it's crazy how 5.5 years have flown by. Surprisingly, Khan's response was calm, nostalgic, and rooted in appreciation for the history he shared with those talents, a surprising contrast from the fiery tone he sometimes brings to social media. Do you think Tony Khan's response reflects how he truly feels, or is he just choosing his words carefully? Share your thoughts below. Nick Hogan may be stepping into the world his father once ruled, professional wrestling. On November 18, 2025, NWA star and trainer Bryan Idol sparked immediate speculation after posting an Instagram photo of himself and Hogan posing in front of a wrestling ring. Idol captioned it, "Solid workout with the Bryan Idol today," hinting that Hogan was getting hands-on training. Idol is a lead trainer at Fight the World Wrestling's World Wrestling Academies, a system that has produced talent seen in WWE, AEW, NWA, and Impact. While there's no confirmation that Hogan is officially pursuing a wrestling career, this session suggests he's at least exploring the possibility. Do you think Nick Hogan should take the leap into pro wrestling? Share your thoughts in the comments below. For all of our subscribers, don't miss the 9 a.m. Eastern video we dropped earlier today. Smash that bell icon and select all notifications so you're always in the loop.